Sounds like he's left the lab for the day. Good time to work on my suit in private.
Hello friends, and welcome to part 2 of Spider-Man for the PS4. Now, it's been a good while since I made an episode of this, or any other Let's Play for that matter. I've kind of been busy, as many of you may be, or may not be, depending. I feel like the world is kind of split now between the people who are still working and the people who are not still working. I happen to be one of the ones who is still working because I'm a cook. And, you know, there's a lot of us around and people still need to eat. So, I still go to work every day. Also, I have a pregnant wife. So, my life is not really on hold like anyone else's. In fact, this whole, you know, right now we're going through the coronavirus pandemic, and most people are scared or their lives are on pause and all that kind of stuff. But for a lot of the people that I know here, a lot of us work in the healthcare and food industry in my family.
All units, a break-in was just reported.
Let's go do this break-in real quick, just cause.
Chelsea, over.
Where'd he go? There it is. Okay. Oh, right. I don't have.
Those guys are
here
already
so they
breaking.
can't see me.
I better stop
And yeah, Spidey. Do I not have? I don't have any other gadgets yet. Okay.
You guys don't
Ow.
look like locksmiths.
I've been playing a lot of Batman recently because I got the the Return to Arkham collection for the PS4, and so I'm a little bit rusty on the Spider-Man controls here. Is that the last one? Yep. Okay.
If I'd actually let you break in,
So I'm gonna try to
going
get
away
back
for a
to
lot
doing
longer.
some Let's Plays here if I can, if I have the time, if I have the what's it called? Motivation. And now let's go see what Peter has come up with for his suit. Because we saw that his current suit is pretty torn up. But I'm sure most of you know exactly what this suit is going to be, so it's not going to be a
Looks like
surprise
Doc's
to anyone.
gone for the night. Time to sneak in some spider work.
The last part we called Doc Ock, and he said, sorry, he's not Doc Ock yet, but we called Dr. Octavius, and he said that he's on his way out for the night. And with Peter's damaged costume, he wants to take the time to
Dr.
repair it.
Octavius, what you got there?
Chinese. If I know you'd be here, I would have. What are you working on?
Oh, just a side project.
Of course. It's you.
I don't know what
Oh,
you're...
come on, Parker. It's obvious.
Let me explain.
I only wish you'd told me sooner.
I wanted to, but I was afraid that if word got out, my family might be in danger.
Huh. Yes. I guess if
Too
you
bad the
design his
subtitles
equipment,
spoil everything.
You're bound to be a target too.
But I want that so that I can talk over the cutscenes when I feel
Yeah.
it's necessary.
Don't worry. Your secret's safe.
Sure, I just make Spider-Man's equipment. Let's go with
Well.
that.
I'll leave you to it.
He's lucky that didn't fall off. Sticky notes don't stick well to skin.
Check your email.
You know, you ever wonder if maybe he shouldn't wear his web shooters while he's sleeping? I just feel like that's not a good idea.
Peter, the revelation of your second job as Spider-Man suit crafter. Is that the right term? Is a reminder.
Basically, he has some ideas for some improvements for the costume. Dr. Karia Sofins research higher contrast. Higher contrast leads to slower visual processing. This should give your other employer a slight advantage in combat. See graph. Brightness. Okay. Graphite core. Silk bundles. Combining a whiffed, I don't know, carbon fiber weave with silk graphene all allows for higher durability without giving up flexibility. Basically, we're going to learn how to create costumes. In this menu, you have access to the various costumes that Peter can craft throughout the game. And you have access also to suit abilities, which are super moves that you can charge up with your focus. And you have access to suit modifiers, which are small buffs that you can activate with varying abilities. And all of these things, well, not the suit abilities, because the suit abilities are unlocked when you unlock costumes, but the suits themselves and the suit modifiers are all unlocked by using the tokens that we unlock by doing side quests and all the little mini missions throughout the city. Anything that's not main story missions, basically.
Excuse me, late for work.
I'm still pretty fond of this costume myself. I actually really like it. I think it's a great modern modernization, I guess. It's a great modernization of the traditional Spider-Man costume. It gives him a really recognizable
Same old me.
Design while still being very distinctly classic Spider-Man. So we have this, you know, bright white spider on the front, bright white spider on the back, the white accents on the arms and the shoes, and we also have a little bit of blue breaking up the red. We actually have some red on the legs that wasn't there before. And if you look closely, the red on the costume is a little bit puffier than the blue, and they say that that's because the red is supposed to be padded, so it's like extra defense.
Construction sites.
Wasn't that shut down when he was arrested?
Now we're going to go learn about one of our primary side quests, and one of my favorite personally, or one of our primary side activities, which is enemy hideouts.
Right?
These are going to be only for Fisk goons at the minute, but throughout the game we'll unlock enemy hideouts that allow us to go to even more, go through even more gangs, such as, well, you'll see when we get there. But the email that Otto sent us didn't only present information on a new costume, but he also gave us schematics for a new gadget that he thinks might be really helpful for Spider-Man.
Just got a text from Doc. Looks like he attached an idea for a Spidey gadget. Man, does he ever stop inventing?
And this is something you can also do. You can create new gadgets, which, whoo boy, we're going to get into gadgets soon. What do I have as far as tokens go? I have 2 crime tokens. Down there on the bottom of the screen, you can see what resources you have for building new tech. And you can also click on each gadget in order to find what upgrades you have available and what tokens you need there on the right side to tell you what you need in order to craft those upgrades. I'm probably not going to be crafting any of these because they require quite a few tokens. Most of these gadgets I never use. The suspension matrix here, this isn't unlocked yet, but I never use it. The, what is this called? Where's it at? Where's the title? Oh. Concussive blast, yeah, over there on the right side in like super small font. I don't know why that's like that. The concussive blast, this is really only useful if you're fighting enemies on rooftops. We'll see that at some point because I do use it. The trip mine, which is technically useful for stealth sequences, but it's kind of lame. It doesn't really fulfill its interesting premise. The web bomb, easily one of the best gadgets just because it helps you probably the most out of any gadget per use. It helps you the most. We have the electric web, which I never use except for the story sequences where it's mandatory, and the spider drone, which I just forget exists, so I also never use. In fact, I probably use this less than anything else because they just blend in to the surroundings and I forget that they exist and I never use it. Do we have level ups? Oh, we have a level up. Okay, cool. What do we want to level up though? Combo booster, last stand. Combo booster proves focus gained at higher combo counts. Throw, That one's pretty useful. Air marshal, air checks. I'm not really gonna spend a whole lot of time because I do want charge jump. You know what? Let's do this one. We'll start with air tricks. and then we'll move on to the super jump, the charge jump at the end, and then we'll continue back in our defender tree. Probably gonna get this, I don't know, we'll figure it out later. Let's go look at, where are suits?
Wow.
I can't look at suits right now. Oh.
Looks like it could work.
Well, of course it does. We just unlocked impact webs. So now we have our web wheel, or gadget wheel, or whatever you want to call it, and the gadget wheel will allow us to select our gadgets, obviously. It functions just like it does in Ratchet & Clank, if you've ever played those games, which are Insomniac's games. In fact, they pretty much invented the idea of having, like, weapon or gadget wheels in video games when they made the Ratchet & Clank first game. We need to web 5 enemies to walls. Okay, cool. Line him up with a wall, bam. But that's what impact webbing does right there. It just immediately incapacitates the enemy if they touch a wall. So you pretty much just have to... And we also got the spider drone unlocked just because that one is unlocked automatically if you have the pre-order bonus. Him? Oh, man. Oh, it counted. Okay, I didn't think it was going to count, but we got our web enemy to wall bonus. So the way that the bonuses work for the hideouts is every hideout has a specific list of optional objectives, and those optional objectives, I have no more impact webs, so we're gonna have to go back to regular webs. Those optional objectives will win you bonus tokens, I believe. It's bonus tokens, right? I think it's bonus tokens, not experience. Can't do my instant takedown with enemies who try to shoot me when I perfect dodge them. Get the grenade, throw it back to these guys. I don't know if I talked about this before, but you can web enemies to walls if they just happen to be close enough when you go to just splat webs at them. So if you just shoot like three webs at an enemy, I think is enough to do it. If you shoot 3 webs at an enemy and then you make sure that the enemy is standing next to a wall, shoot 3 webs at them, and they will actually get stuck to the wall without having to throw or punch them. So that's what I was trying to say that whole time. Now, I've been playing a lot of Batman, as I just said before, and one thing that is really weird, not just the controls, but also the combo timing is really weird, because in Batman, if you perform a failed attack, like you miss with one of your punches, or if you perform a dodge when you're not in danger, Batman will lose his combo, but Spider-Man will not. So you can actually continue your combo in this game without worrying about accidentally dodging too often or whiffing a hit completely whenever you're too far away from an enemy. Oh, I missed. I don't know if he got stuck to something, but I webbed him up, and that's all that really matters. I want to try to web up the enemies so that I can... That's how you do that, okay. I'm like, how do I dodge under? Oh yeah, you gotta punch and then... You gotta punch and then press the dodge button. Let's see. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the second bonus objective here. What wave am I on? I'm on 4 of 6. Actually, no, I might. Yeah, I know. This is explaining how to use your suit power.
Dang, looks like they called their buddies.
There we go. Actually, I might be able to get the second bonus objective. Come here. Yeah, I'm probably going to be able to get it. I just got to stop whiffing so much. I'm doing really horribly. Now, if they're just webbed in the face, that's not enough to web them to a wall. If you throw them when they're just webbed in the face, it's not enough. You have to make sure that their body is actually webbed up too. So, pay attention to what you're hitting them with when you web them, because not everything counts as being webbed up, even though they're covered in webs. Pretty sure that's how it works. I don't think you can do that. I may be wrong, but we'll have to find out. If you want more focus so that you can build up your special combo finisher or your throw or whatever other ability you have, one good way to do it is to do your perfect dodges. Perfect dodges will build up your special combo meter, your focus meter or whatever, and that will allow you to get those bonus attacks a lot quicker. And you see, I keep trying to press triangle to dodge enemies because, like I said, too much Batman lately. Don't think so, dude. You also do more damage if you manage to dodge an attack and then hit the enemy. Is my suit power ready? No, it's not. I don't think so, guy. I hate enemies with bats just because you have to air launch them or throw something at them in order to weaken them. Unlike shielded enemies where you can dodge under in order to... Oh! How did I die? I'm not paying close enough attention. I don't know how I died. Really not paying close enough attention. Alright, let's try this again. Back to wave 4. Good. Alright. Don't think your grenades are going to do you any good, guys. Sorry. At least I haven't actually gotten hit by any grenades. Let's take out the guy with the shield. That's another trick that you want to pay close attention to is using your special combo finishers on enemies with shields, batons, whatever sort of weapons, whatever group you're fighting happens to have, because they will make it easier for you to get those knockouts without having to perform your special attacks if you're not into trying to do those attacks. Like I said, I don't really like trying to knock enemies into the air. I don't like having to do the air combos because it just kind of breaks the pace for me. So I prefer to take them out by using one of my other abilities, like I said, the special combo finisher or webbing them up and throwing them, because that does work on enemies with, see, I got him without just barely dodging that attack. Get this guy. This time he's going to be too low health for me to worry about actually trying to worry about using the special combo finisher on him. See? Keep pressing triangle. There we go. I also think that, let's see, we are on... Is that it? No, okay. Come on, guys. Don't let him hit you, you idiots. That's what they say in Batman. Somebody's got a rocket. Just barely missed that one. This guy's going up on that wall. Haha. You're down. Special finisher, just one more, which we'll use on this rocket launcher goon here. Come on, guy. Come on, goon. There we go. Okay, we performed all of our bonus objectives. And we completed the hideout with the last one. I like that. I like when your bonus and primary objective sync up. You do both at the same time. It's nice. Now, more of these hideouts will unlock throughout the city, but they're all going to be fist-themed, as I said before. And completing those will get us base tokens. Yeah, I know.
Keep an eye out and
I don't think I need those tokens for anything particularly. But yeah, we need more backpack tokens, and we also need landmark tokens, which we haven't unlocked yet. That way we can get our Scarlet Spider suit. By the way, this is a very minor complaint, but I do not like how we have still not seen Ben Reilly's second costume. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, Ben Reilly's second costume, the one that was also the one of May Parker, or Mayday Parker, Peter's alternate future daughter that was Spider-Girl, that costume is like my favorite Spider costume ever, and we have no access to it. So I'm a little sad about that. But yeah, anyways, the way that we unlock the costumes, as you can see on the right side, for this one we need 2 more backpack tokens, for this one we need 2 more backpack tokens, this one we need 1 more crime token and 2 landmark tokens, blah blah blah. I have the pre-order, as I've said before, so that allows me to get the Velocity suit, the Iron Spider suit, and the Spider Punk suit for free. And we also have some of the free costumes that came out as free downloads, so that you can use those at your will. And these will basically... they won't give you any suit power, so you won't get anything special for having them. You won't get any gameplay advantages, but they will at the very least give you, something new to wear if you're interested in that. However, most of the suits up here that we unlocked from the pre-order bonus do have special abilities. We have the Blitz, which is terrible, the Iron Arms, which is actually really good, and the Rock Out, which I never even tried to use. Those are the suit powers right there. So yeah, you can use whatever suit power you want with whatever costume you want. And also the suit mods unlock as we level up, I believe. Yeah, so this one unlocks level 5, level 10, 8, 8, blah, blah, blah. As we level up, we get more of these. And since we have no suit mods attached anyways, we can just unlock all of these and attach them. We're going to be performing all the different little side quests as we go through the game, so you don't have to worry too much about us not having what we need to unlock those gadgets and suits and all that kind of stuff. So let's get one more. And then after this, we'll have the charge jump. But also this quick recovery, this is a pretty good ability to have for when you're trying to traverse, because as soon as you land from falling or jumping or whatever it may be, you will immediately be able to go into a very fast forward lunging jump that is really useful.
Sites, I should recalibrate my mapping software to be more accurate. Using a depth-mapped post-process on photos of popular landmarks should do it. And I know just the one to start with.
And what Peter was talking about there is unlocking the landmark tokens, the photo missions, basically. You can take photos of real-world New York landmarks. Let's go get this backpack because it's on our way. That's the launch that I was just telling you about. You can unlock photos of real-world New York landmarks, as well as Marvel-specific New York landmarks, meaning fake places that only exist in the Marvel Universe. And those photos will give you landmark tokens and a little bit of experience, and all you gotta do is take a picture, so it's pretty simple. Let's go get this crime over here.
That's fantastic, Doc. We're back on track.
Provisionally.
Let's
as long
see.
as our little
Alright,
incident escaped the mayor's
now,
attention.
when you see a drug deal with a car involved, you want to activate your spider sense, because there may be a criminal in the car that will try to drive away, which will mean the drug deal will turn into a car chase. Now, you also, as you can see, I think we've explained this before, but you can perform bonus objectives with side crimes as well, and those will just get you more crime tokens. Let's see, I need a bonus of 10 or more, and I need to web throw 3 objects at enemies. Where's something to throw? There we go. There we go. Okay. I'm not going to get the combo of 10 or more, but that's fine because we will have this crime again later.
Drugs are maybe my most disliked criminal activity.
See, we got 2 crime
Definitely
tokens
top 5.
instead of just 1.
Or bottom 5. However.
So the next time we encounter that crime in this neighborhood, we'll have to make sure that we get that other bonus objective. Actually, no, I think it's any time you encounter...
Additional officers requested near Flatiron.
Really? There's another one? Anytime you perform that crime anywhere throughout the city, I think it might be. Come on, thank you. Point launch, thank you. Anytime you complete that crime and perform the bonus objectives, it'll be complete always. I don't think it has to be per...
Trade's gotten more aggressive post-Fisk. Gotta stomp that
I don't
out.
think it has to be per
Gotta be honest,
neighborhood.
Not a fan of Big Pharma, especially back alley Big Pharma.
Oh, really? Ow. I have to perform 3 dodge under moves. Where'd you come from? I thought you were defeated. Ow. Whatever. So that other crime wasn't a drug deal. I thought it was because there was the car with the open trunk, but it was not a drug deal. It was something else. This one was actually a drug deal. I wish there was a boost button. Let's go get this tower, shall we? Unlock a little bit more of our map. Even though that's what Spider-Man is doing with the landmarks, he has to recalibrate his map, so even though the map shows exactly where things are, for some reason he has to recalibrate it. I don't get it. Talking of the map, by the way, the map in Spider-Man games has never been very accurate to New York, but I mean, obviously there are problems with trying to recreate real-world locations in video games. But some things that have always been a problem, for instance, one of the major boroughs of New York is missing, which is Washington Heights, an extension of... Nice, level up. So we just unlocked actually some more, suit mods, right? We were talking about level 5 earlier. We unlocked some more suit mods, and we're not really going to worry about those right now, but What was I saying? Oh yeah, so they're missing one of the major boroughs of New York, which is... Where's this backpack? Oh, right there. Okay. Randomly on the side. Okay. Which is Washington Heights, which is actually north of Harlem. But the New York Manhattan maps in the Spider-Man games have always cut off on the northern edge of Harlem. So it's kind of weird. Another thing, obviously, the size is never correct either. That's one thing I think they could do, but they're worried about making it too big so that roaming around the map will be kind of boring. But I don't think it necessarily would be, because you're Spider-Man, and part of the fun of playing Spider-Man is getting around. So, you know, if you compare this to something like, say, Arkham Knight, Gotham City, the city in that game is really small compared to this, even though it's much bigger than it was in Arkham City. Like, if you were playing as this Spider-Man in the Batman Arkham City open world, let's go to this crime, you would get through that city, you would swing over it in like 3 seconds.
Is this the mosh pit? Great.
Let's see, 3 objects. Huh. I was wrong. So you do have to complete the bonus objectives multiple times for each neighborhood. That sucks. Well, it's done anyways.
I realize the irony.
See, I can't jump very high, and it's so annoying because trying to actually start web swinging always feels really artificial. Feels really janky, you know? Especially when you don't have the charge jump. If you get the charge jump, it feels a little bit better, but, you know, I still don't really like the web swinging system in this game.
Good old Empire State. Man, I love this town. Time to grab a snapshot.
Press the up button to activate your camera, hold the L2 button to aim, and the R1 button
should be recalibrated
to
now.
shoot the shot of the whatever you're looking at.
Quitting the Bugle. God, how much I enjoy it.
But yeah, the city in Spider-Man games always has some problems with accuracy and size. But I've really felt, personally, we actually need to go south, personally, that the cities in places like Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3, those cities felt bigger. Not just in there's more space, but like the buildings feel bigger. There's this really weird effect where stuff is kind of imposing and the buildings are taller and maybe a little bit slimmer, if that makes sense. And it just makes everything feel much more impressive. Whereas in this game, the city doesn't feel very impressive in terms of its scale. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, scale. Not necessarily the size, but the scaling of it, if that makes sense. You know, scale versus size. I'm just not satisfied with it in this game. You know, I do love this game quite a bit. I just have things from other Spider-Man games that I prefer and that I would love to see in the next Insomniac Spider-Man game, and I hope that they will integrate some of those things. But in the meantime, I do have to point out that there are things that I feel are missed opportunities. These car chases are annoying because you have to complete them without getting hurt, and I feel like I can never do that no matter what I do. You have to react really fast when the driver peeks out to shoot you. Ow! Peek out the car, come on. Thank you. Let's get the driver out. The driver you can get out at any time, but the passengers you always have to wait for them to peek out of the car to get them out. Didn't do it. Oh well. Didn't get either one of the bonus objectives for that crime, but I didn't expect to. Like I said, I'm pretty bad at these. Let's go get this tower over here. I love this Spider-Man game, but there are things about other Spider-Man games that I like better, and I hope to see those things when I get to the next Spider-Man Insomniac game. Which, I mean, it's been almost 2 years since this one was released. I'd like to see some news on a sequel, especially with all the teasing for a sequel they do at the end of this game. But I guess we still have to wait. Probably only going to be available on PlayStation 5, which is lame. But I guess I could expect that at this point. Now we actually have a story mission to go do. But I'm thinking I can unlock a new suit, but that needs research tokens, and we can't even get those yet. Suit mods, we have some new suit mods that we can build, but I'm not going to do that either because we need to go do a story mission that's not really a mission, it's more like a story sequence.
Please proceed to Valerie.
A break-in? It disappeared. I swung out of the range of it, just barely. One web was enough to swing out of the range of it.
Hi, Mr. Muggins. This is about the rent.
This,
Mr. Parker, it's called, sir.
this story sequence is only cutscenes. It is not a gameplay sequence, but
I get paid at the end of the week.
that's kind of nice because I like the fact that they have that much of an emphasis on the story in this game. By the way, Spider-Man is about to be evicted if he doesn't pay his rent. That's what that phone call was. Although, to be fair, Ultimate Spider-Man actually did that too. There were times when you had to complete side objectives to go to a story mission, but the story mission was only a cutscene, and then you had to complete more story objectives to do the next mission after that that was an actual gameplay mission.
What about my dog?
This is the homeless shelter where Aunt May works. The food emergency aid something and training. I forget exactly what it stands for, but it's Feast. F-E-A-S-T.
Just keep her distracted.
And this is the owner of Feast, Martin Lee, which many of you probably will know him. He is Mr. Negative. He's a pretty recent Spider-Man villain. He came out in like 2007 or something. He actually debuted, I think, in a free comic book day book, which I got. I think that's where he came from. I forget exactly. Anyways, he's an interesting guy. I like him.
Okay.
Also like Aunt May in this game.
Peter, are you in trouble? Do you need money?
No, I mean, I'm a little behind on my rent, but no, I'm fine.
Girl problems again, huh?
What? No, that's crazy.
I still wish you and MJ could work things out. She's a great girl.
She is, but...
The two of you would make some beautiful babies.
Ugh, not appropriate.
Peter, what is it? Come on, you can tell me.
These past few years, you helping me through college and working here, sacrificing so much and asking for nothing. I just wish there were more people like you in the world.
He's right.
See, it's crazy because this game
5
looks
years ago, you
in
walked in here. You told me you were inspired by my mission to help others.
in-game models as good as most PS3 games look in their pre-rendered models. The characters, particularly.
There's many more years of service.
So it's Aunt May's anniversary here at Feast. Helping the homeless people.
Thanks again for setting all this up.
Oh, I just wish I could do
Martin
more.
Lee's a good guy,
Well, May's always
but
told
his
me
alter
if you
ego,
help someone-
unfortunately, is not.
You help everyone. Maybe we should send May to City Hall to have a word with the mayor.
Phone's ringing.
Oh, I gotta run. Thanks again for the party and everything. It really means a lot.
Thanks, Mr. Lee. Don't do anything evil. Actually, the voice and motion actor for Martin Lee, Stephen O. Young, I think his name was, he was the person who originally leaked the fact that Spider-Man was coming out for the PS4. Because he posted on his LinkedIn profile that he did motion capture for a Spider-Man PS4 game back in the day, and everybody thought, oh, a Spider-Man PS4 game? That must be the Infamous guys, because the Infamous games were superhero games. They must be making Spider-Man for the PS4, right? And then 2016, later in the year, we discovered, oh, no, it's Insomniac making it. That's cool, too. I don't think anybody was disappointed that it's Insomniac. I mean, unless you just really hate Spyro and Ratchet and Clank and maybe Resistance. I don't know, maybe somebody played Resistance and thought it was really bad and didn't like Insomniac after that, but
Check it out quietly. I don't want to make a scene if it's nothing.
Fisk is
Sure.
sale. Sounds fun.
you're giving me permission to break in
in
there.
his closets.
Yeah, so we have to go check out their silent alarm that went off at an auction house where they are auctioning off the leftovers of Wilson Fisk's estate. Let's see, where's this backpack at? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is it below me? Is it above me? It's above me. Okay. See, some of them are just webbed to random walls, while some of them are actually in, like, meaningful locations. Or not really meaningful locations, but they're in, like, reasonable locations where they'll be, like, on top of a post or below an arch or something like that, where it sort of makes sense to hide something there rather than just, like, stuck on the side of some wall in some middle of some nowhere.
Muggins, sorry about that.
Oh, here goes the phone call. It's restarting.
Call serves is your third and final one. If
eviction proceedings.
Wait, I get paid at the end of the week. I get... Ugh.
Eviction proceedings will start Friday unless full payment is received
Yep.
by close of business.
Let's go with web shooters.
Yeah, good day.
Yeah, so there's nobody in the car this time either. We won't have to worry about the car driving off. Ow, I'm really not doing very well.
Better start frying.
Now, luckily with the dodge under, that also functions on enemies besides the one that you're directly fighting at the time. So if you're fighting one dude and you dodge under him, but there's a gun mook trying to shoot you from a good distance away, if you dodge under the mook that you're punching, then you can still dodge the bullets as well as the mook that you're actively fighting at the moment.
Puts a pep in
So
my step like halting an illegal drug deal.
now we got the second coin that we missed for that, the second token that we missed for that. Oh, what's this? Radio City Music Hall.
Great.
Landmark.
God, how much I love photography.
Get the landmarks as we go too. I just gotta remember to actually do it because once you complete the story mode of this game and the landmarks just don't matter anymore, you forget that they even exist, let alone that you need to do a mission with them. Swing through Central Park? Yes, we can. Okay. I know you can. I just wanted to see if I could because that lake right there.
Weapon drawn. Need an officer on scene.
Where?
Officers needed in Central Park.
Okay, I see it. It's right in front of us.
That's a holdup.
It's a big holdup. See, I kind of wish they would put the gadgets on your directional buttons. Because in the way that the game works right now, we need to achieve a combo of 10 or higher. Air launch 3 enemies. Ah, I landed in the water. Gotta get back up there. What was I saying? Crud. Yeah, baseball bat. I have to air launch him anyway, so that's convenient. Ow! Yeah, he's got a weapon too, so I have to air launch. I should have air launched him, but I just beat him anyways without air launching him, so it doesn't really matter. You! Oh, shoot, I wasted all my impact webs. Oh yeah, I was saying that I kind of wish... No, not camera. I kind of wish they would put some of the gadgets on the directional buttons, because the directional buttons only activate your camera. Is he defeated? He's swimming. Is that the... Is that the goon? I think that's the goon. I think he's the goon. But he's technically defeated, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Alright, let's go activate this tower in Central Park. If they could somehow take photo mode and your camera off of the directional buttons and put some of your gadgets on the directional buttons, so if you push like up, you get your web shooters, etc., etc. Push right, you get your impact webs. That would be so much better because that was cool. Slow-mo midair photo shot. Let's go get this tower too, just because we're over here. It would be so much better because having to hold L1 and select your gadget every single time is a little cumbersome in the middle of a fight, and that's typically when you have to do the most switching of gadgets because most of the gadgets have very little in terms of ammo, but they refill, so you're going to use this gadget and then switch it and then use that gadget and then switch it and maybe switch back and forth between a couple favorites. But you can also double tap L1 to switch between the last 2 gadgets that you used. But I just feel like they really missed an opportunity because even in the Ratchet & Clank game for PS4, which was made by Insomniac, they had the ability to... Let's go grab these 2 things real quick. You had the ability to press the diagonal or the directional buttons to activate whatever weapon was assigned to that spot in your weapon wheel, and you could use either the weapon wheel itself or the directional buttons, which was really convenient. See, this is one of the ones I think is stuck under the arch, right? Right? Or is it down here? Where is it? Oh, it's right there. It blended in. I swear I already saw that part, but it wasn't obvious enough for me to notice it. Students protest cuts in arts program. An article by Mary Jane. And you can read that article. It's actually like fully written out. I think part of it's torn off, but you can still, for the most part, read it, which is a pretty cool feature of the game. I love how they have the very detailed models of all these little Easter eggs or whatever that come from the backpacks. Let's go get this tower just because we're up here. Once we get... that's not the tower. Duh. Oh, there it is. We should get that crime over there, too. Once I kind of wear out some of these side missions in this part of the city leading up to the story mission here and finish that story mission, we will go ahead and end this part. So it's a little bit of a long part, but I mean, you can always pause it and come back because YouTube remembers where you were. Where are they at? There they are. Is this a regular break-in? Should be. You...
Peter, I lost track of you at the party.
You're gonna call me while I'm doing a crime, Aunt May?
To the lab. Sorry.
Don't apologize.
I pulled the trash can towards me and dodged, and then it hit the guy. That's great.
I always wonder if I'm doing right by you.
Well, stop wondering.
Ow.
My parents and Uncle Ben.
I'm glad that still counts. Okay, let's
Well, that works both ways, Peter.
well, we didn't web enough guys to the wall, but we still got two of the tokens.
Mr. Lee needs my help.
That's enough.
I should go.
We need to see what we can unlock. Not that. This. Can we? Yes, we can get the repaired suit. This also comes with my very favorite suit power in the game, which is the Web Blossom. As you can see, it's basically a web bomb, but centered on Spider-Man himself, and it's well, it's a little bit more excessive than a web bomb is. It covers a lot more area, and it also throws enemies a lot further. The web bomb can kind of web enemies to walls if they're close enough, but the Web Blossom will almost invariably web up anybody who's within 30 feet of a wall. As long as there's a wall behind them from where Spider-Man's standing, you'll be able to web them to that wall when you fire off your Web Blossom. Loading. Let's go check out what's going on in this auction house.
I am losing patience.
Nice masks.
Is
I don't think they even have eyes.
There's someone else here. They must have taken it.
Those masks. Who are these guys?
There's no one here.
Because if you pay attention later, we see another mask, and you see it from behind, and there are no eye holes from behind either. See, there's no eye holes. You can see the grain of the wood inside the eye hole, or where it should be an eye hole.
Yuri.
So weird.
The silent alarm was legit. Masked gunmen
Which
and
way?
a single
I forget which way it
hostage.
is.
Looks like a heist in progress.
Copy that. Sending units your way.
You can't ever come
Keep
back
the
in here,
situation
but you
from
also
getting worse
can't
in the
miss
meantime.
anything.
Can do.
None of the levels are
Don't wanna
re-enterable in
alert
this
the
game,
others.
so you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about, oh man, I didn't collect some secret inside the place. That doesn't happen in this game. There are no secrets inside of levels. The only time you have to worry about paying attention to what's around you in terms of collecting stuff is when you're in the city, which is kind of weird. In fact, I feel like that's one thing. I know I keep going back to Batman, but that's just because I happen to keep playing it recently. But in the Batman Arkham games,
From above.
the indoor locations that you go to are actually revisitable locations. Let's see, where are the other guys? I think, yeah, we can go ahead and get this guy and then jump up on the roof. Nope,
You stay quiet.
not that room. Okay,
Someone's coming.
over here.
Someone else is here.
We can barely see in here. I don't know if you guys have the problem of it being really dark on the YouTube screen, but for me, very, very dark on the TV screen. Yeah. Now we have to learn how to draw enemies away from each other. Because this level is basically our tutorial for stealth in this game. Which the stealth in this game is pretty lame. Very, very basic. Distraction objects. If you see something glow green with your spider sense, you can shoot a web at it, or practically any other gadget for that matter, and that will allow you to distract an enemy. Also, I just really love this costume. The traditional Spider-Man costume, the Insomniac version of it, it's so nice.
This totally belongs to...
Don't move.
Buddy, if I had a nickel for every don't move...
That's who it belongs to.
Hey, Pete.
Now this Mary Jane is
MJ?
not Mary Jane. The only thing she has in common with Mary Jane from the comic books is her on-again, off-again relationship with Peter. They changed her character completely, but
I think this is yours.
she's still interesting. She's still a good character.
Robbie's got you
So
covering a
I
break-in
kind
for
of
Hugo?
don't mind that they changed her so much.
Robbie doesn't
So,
technically know him here. And it wasn't a break-in until a few minutes ago.
all good on you.
Let me explain.
But one problem I do have with her is her gameplay. Because, yes, we do play as Mary Jane in this game. And, yikes. Whew, I was complaining about stealth before. It only gets worse. Because you have stealth missions as Mary Jane. And 2 of them are okay.
Excuse me.
The other 3,
Hi.
I think,
Mary
that are in
Jane
the game
Watson,
are
I'm
not.
ordering the Fisk
2 of them are
Assassin.
only okay, by the way. The other 3
Craig's
aren't even
at the
okay.
tomorrow.
They're just bad.
I like
This
to go
is
to
one
gym
of them.
thumpings.
Well, I don't. You'll have to come back tomorrow.
Right. Okay. I'm sorry.
Sure.
Hey, Craig.
She's got an attitude, which is
no,
cool.
sorry. It just
She kind of needs to
it looks like
be
we're
a
gonna have to run
reporter.
something else on the cover. I don't know. Maybe the expressionist piece.
You know what? I think I can make today work.
Are you sure?
You're here. No moment like the present.
Thank you. Craig? Never mind. We're good.
Let's get started.
She wasn't calling Craig.
Look around and familiarize
Craig.
yourself with the items. I'll be waiting by the
What was that
Baku
from?
statue when you're
Craig.
ready to
Somebody named Craig, but they call him like Craig. So now we have to go look at Fisk's stuff.
Cut Peter open like a pork sausage with this the first time they fought. Pete got away, collapsed in my
I think
yard,
this is
dead
Insomniac
by
just
a
showing off how
stone
good their
that's
modeling
carved
is.
right
I don't
in the
know.
The first of many Nurse MJ moments. Too many.
I like how they tell stories about the history of Peter and MJ in this game, though. It's a foo dog.
Let me know when you're ready to begin.
Sounds good.
I'm ready. Let's take the picture. Do I have to? Oh, I have to start you
Starting
talking
with
first.
prize, A
Sorry.
one-of-a-kind Kake Monbaku.
Kakie Mombaku. I don't know what that
It's
is.
a Mifune?
Correct. Mr. Fisk has,
I guess it's a Japanese version of a foo dog.
Did you know him well before his arrest?
in a professional context, I handled many of his sales.
Is his
Let's
head
move on to this.
backwards? Because it looks like it's arching its back with its head leaning back, but the eyes are like on the front of its. I don't know. It's weird. Get out of the way, Roseman. And here we have some Laijin and Hujin. See that one? Or sorry, I didn't realize the camera was so sensitive. Camera. This one right here will actually be important later. Oh, I have to get you to talk again.
Now this exquisite
Oh, I didn't have to
piece
actually press triangle that time.
exemplifies the traditional Tarashikomi puddled ink effect.
The two Neo are so imposing. I can see why Fisk liked this piece. Definitely his style.
He loved the duality. Destruction screams, but creation toils in silence.
Was
Whatever
there
that
anything
means.
irregular in any of the
I don't
sales you had
really know
before?
much about
No.
Japanese mythology.
No,
Not well versed.
Of course not. Not that I was aware of.
Some expensive pots and masks and
Notice the intricate gold inlay on this ceremonial tea set.
It's just
what
a
is
friend in
that
the DA's
statue?
office mentioned
It's like
that
a
Fisk used art sales to
samurai
launder stolen
dude,
goods.
I'm
fat samurai statue.
sure I wouldn't know anything about that.
Oh, I know.
Sure
I was
you
just
don't.
wondering, now that he's arrested, if you had ever noticed anything strange.
You know what? I'm actually running short of time.
Oh,
We'll
sorry.
grab the cover photo while we can.
When I told my
Sure.
DA friend I was doing a piece on you, he mentioned your name was familiar.
The Wilson Fisk
Just the
collection,
photo,
like it's an
please.
art collection. He
Stand
didn't
right
even make
there.
this stuff. He just owns it and is
Are you
selling
sure
it.
there's nothing you'd like to say, maybe off the record, regarding Fisk's activities?
I don't think your readers would have any interest in... Damn it.
Good.
Wait here,
She got a
please.
phone call. Now we can go searching for more info. Ooh, look, it's
Wait.
that statue that's
recognize
shaped
that
like that
statue.
guy we saw in the painting.
Got it.
Craig, I'll call you back. My dear, I think it's time for you to go.
Sure, I'll go.
Could I use the restroom real quick?
Fine. Follow me.
Thank
I don't
you.
need to wait for you. I'm just gonna skip ahead by
This is
running
a
over there. I
really
already know where to
lovely
go.
space.
It is. This will be the last time you see it.
She doesn't like Mary Jane. Do you?
Of
Yeah.
course. Be right back.
Hello, Craig. Funny you should
This lady
call.
got an attitude too.
Because the reporter you sent
Sauntering
is clearly
around.
not working the puff piece we agreed upon. No, she's here now.
I've got to get into that back room. If that statue is what I think it is,
Will you move faster, please?
turned
I gotta
into
wait
a
for you.
Huge story.
What do you mean he had to reschedule? She's not
See?
a reporter. Who
What,
is
what,
she, Craig?
what is this stealth in this game? What is this?
Who is in my auction house?
Sorry, I'm so used to Metal Gear Solid and Batman and various other stealth games. This is pathetic.
Why did the cops take it? I know this statue opens. But how?
Okay, now we need to go look over here.
That's the Neo behind them.
Yep.
But it looks
Now we need to go look over here. Because we have to put the statue in a particular position.
He's holding something.
And we need to give him that little thingy. And that will allow us to activate the statue. Since I already know what to do, we're going to do it quickly. Can I do it? No?
She certainly is cozy with Fisk.
Yeah. He's selling her stuff. Rose Roseman? Is that what that says? I can't camera zoom? That's weird. Let's look at this again.
Statue can
There
move.
we go.
Most common pose is latent power. Mouth closed.
Okay.
Maybe
We have to
these
move the
pieces
statue
move.
into the correct position so that we can activate it. There we go. The hand opened up.
So
now we have to fill it with
close.
something.
But I've seen these before.
Pretty sure it's this one. That one. This isn't exactly difficult, by the way. I don't know if you're noticing.
That's it.
There we go.
Norman Osborn. What is this? Devil's breath. What is devil's...
And that's when the break-in happens.
What the...
Excuse me, sir. You can't be...
So I don't know how Mary Jane got into that room that Peter's in, because the room Peter is in is all the way in the back, whereas this office is in the front, right near the foyer. So I don't know how Mary Jane got back there. I guess there's another door there, but I didn't see it before. Okay.
I was on my way to the exit when I saw you.
The exit? There's no exit in the back.
Lucky to be alive.
Says the guy I saved 5 minutes ago. Listen, whoever these masked guys are, they're after this file. But I'll never get it out of here while the place is swarming.
Whatever
with them.
devil's breath is.
Right. Okay, you hide back there. I take out the bad guys. You make a break when it's clear.
The devil's breath is not important for a while in the game, by the way, but it will be important later.
Good to see you, Pete.
Yeah, you too. Not exactly how I pictured us meeting again, though.
Funny. It's exactly how I pictured it.
Yeah, Mary Jane doesn't like being, what's the word? Patronized by Peter. Him treating her like she's not capable. Although, I mean, she doesn't have powers, and I feel like she forgets that sometimes.
Before I push forward.
Let's see. I need him to come in here. That's the wrong guy.
Okay, Pete. I'm hidden near the front. Give the word and I'll make a break for it.
Will do. How
Oi.
about that file? What's in it that these guys want so bad?
Notes on something called Devil's Breath.
You.
Fisk was hired to build
Let's
a
go after
secret
you.
research lab for it.
He's safe.
Clear
What?
Devil's Breath
No.
is, but it
No,
seems
he did not
to
see me.
Fisk. He compares it to
Lame.
paint.
So you don't even have to be stealthy here, which I thought you did because I've never failed this. Oh, okay. Yeah, you do. Oh, she's dead. I was about to say, I've never failed that, so I didn't know if you have to be stealthy. I wonder if you get up there fast enough and defeat the guy who's holding her hostage, whether, let's see. He should be safe, right? Yep, he's safe. Okay. See, the game even tells you when an enemy is safe to take down. Like, way to spoil the
Will do.
spoil the gameplay, you know? Like,
What's in it that these guys want?
almost no challenge.
Something called Devil's Breath. Fisk was hired to build a secret research
The only
lab
problem
for
is
it.
the
Not clear
very
what Devil's
awkward
Breath is, but it
AI.
seems to scare Fisk. He compares it to Pandora's box.
Not much shook Fisk. We need to get you and that file out of here. Hang tight.
Yeah, sometimes the AI just likes to screw around and misbehave. And it's really annoying because it just feels like the game is fighting you instead of fighting Spider-Man, if that makes sense. And it's just annoying. Do that one there. We'll take this guy out. You don't have to worry about whether an enemy is safe in order to do an up-close stealth takedown. You can always do an up-close stealth takedown as long as an enemy is not looking at them. They don't have to be in safe status to perform a nearby takedown.
That's all of them.
Nope. Now we have to actually go in and fist fight.
MJ.
We need that file, MJ.
Stop!
No.
Take the guns. Good job, Peter.
Hide.
And you need to get that file. All of this was for naught.
With the hostage taking
Probably
guy.
saw that guy with the energy around his fists. That's right. Some of these guys got powers too.
Whoa! What is up with that glowy stuff on your hands? Are you guys ghosts? Never fought a ghost
Ghosts?
before.
Oh God, Peter. Take him down just because we can.
I fought specters, but, you know, technically specters aren't ghosts. All ghosts are specters, but not all specters are ghosts. You know what I mean?
Peter, I don't think there's a difference between ghosts and specters in any serious sense. Maybe if you play like D&D. But otherwise, I don't think ghosts and specters are different most of the time. But that's not all of them. Now we get a new enemy type. Sort of. It's just well, an inner demon goon. This gang is called the Inner Demons. I'll go ahead and spoil that now, because it's not really important to know their name of their... it's not super important to know the name of their... gang. You, I'm going to use a takedown on. I love the animations in this game, but there just aren't really enough. Yeah, these guys are called the Inner Demons, and they, some of them have powers, as you can see, but the guy who has the baton that looks like an axe, or a hook axe, or whatever you call that thing, I forget exactly. The guy who has that weapon, he functions just like any thug who has a crowbar. So you just air launch him, and pound on him in the air, web him to a wall if you can, like I did, and that's how you defeat him.
Huh. Looks antique. I think I know someone who could help track down where this
Yeah, you see? There's no holes in the ice. I don't understand why that is.
I just talked to Craig. You are not the reporter he was sending. You don't even work for Heritage Arts.
Never said I did.
Nope.
Hi, Mary Jane Watson, Daily Bugle.
You will not write a word of what you saw
For the
here.
record, what do you know about the file those masked men stole?
That... I don't...
What about the long history of stolen goods Fisk has laundered at this auction house?
Your editor will be hearing from our attorney.
Well, I mean, she didn't really do anything illegal. Maybe immoral, sort of, but...
Mix. Like the last 6 months never happened?
They're going to have dinner even though they're broken up. Isn't it sweet? Loading times. Kill the pace, I swear. Loading times, man. If I ever have to play Sonic 06 or Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, boy.
Totally. Best in the city.
So, how's the grind at the Bugle?
Well, Yeah, well, I just got an all-caps text from Robbie about my so-called antics tonight. So it looks like I'll be meeting with a legal team. Again.
As soon as he reads the article you're gonna write, guaranteed promotion.
She's not a mild-mannered reporter.
Creepy mask guys.
By the way,
What's your take?
Swilco, those
Night in
sodas,
the city. It's your
it's a reference to,
I feel like there's bigger stories.
what's that game? Oh, the game that Insomniac made for Xbox only.
How's it going?
Even for
with you?
Xbox One.
Did you get that promotion?
No, but we're on the cusp of something really big.
You know Oscorp would hire you in a heartbeat, right? One phone call to Harry.
Sure, but Dr. Octavius' work will help millions.
Yeah, they don't call Harry. In the world of the age of smartphones, they don't call or message Harry on any Facebook or any other messaging app that people use nowadays. I don't know what people use, but social media, they don't interact with Harry on social media or anything.
You know, just
a little weird.
Dinner between friends.
Friends. Is that what we are?
Maybe we could be, you know, if that's what you wanted.
There's a lot of baggage here.
Yeah, sure, but is that so bad? I mean, baggage can carry good things too, like money and keys, raspberry lip balm.
Do you remember why we broke up?
This is a trick question, isn't it?
Saved by the siren.
Talk to you later.
Go.
But unfortunately for you guys, you'll have to see what that siren was leading up to in next episode.
Love seeing you two together again. You always were my favorites.
Makes me sad. That makes me really sad. I miss Stanley. That guy was cool. But for now, that is the end of this episode. There's a phone call coming up right now where Peter's going to ask what the cops driving down the road were about.
Hey, it's me. What's with the units heading down 3rd?
Looks like our old friend Herman Schultz is at it
Nice,
again.
leveled up.
Shocker. Didn't he just get paroled?
Yeah, well, I guess it didn't take.
No worries. Herman's just a big cupcake. I'll have him back in Rikers by bedtime.
I mean, it's kind of dark and rainy, and it's October in New York City, so you know it must be late.
Criminals. And now I'm gonna go beat up a maniac who uses shockwaves to rob people. What a perfectly normal life you have, Peter Parker.
But yeah, that's it. I will see you guys next episode, hopefully, and we will figure out what Shocker is doing. We'll start our first technical boss fight, sort of, kind of, and probably do a little bit more random stuff around the city. So thank you for watching, and as I said, hope to see you next time.